Hi everyone. This is a video to share an insight into the next webinar coming up on Monday, which is practicing resilience. And I'm just going to give you a quick sneaky peek into what we're going to explore. So this is a bit of a summary slide really from Monday's webinar. And I'm just going to pick out one or two of the lessons that we'll go into in much more depth on Monday, but just to kind of whet your appetite, I suppose, as to what we'll be looking at. So the first image I just want to look at with you is the little one trying to get up the step. I think this is how I felt in the first few weeks of lockdown, really. I found it quite difficult to achieve what probably were quite small things. I found what I would normally do reasonably easy, much harder. My resilience was struggling. And we're going to unpick on Monday what resilience means and whether we can learn it or build it. And I suppose that image just stood out for me because actually the way I got through it and a sign of somebody who is resilient is that they will put it into small steps. So rather than trying to take one massive step, what would help that little one in that image would be to have a smaller step first. It would make it more accessible, less risky, less exhausting. So just think about when your resilience is suffering, you're struggling for whatever reason, try and think about what could my first step be, and that's a kind of a coaching question that I would use quite often with my clients when we're working one-to-one. What would your first step be, just to make that slightly more accessible and manageable? And then of course, once you feel that quick win, once you achieve that first step, you then get a sense of achievement and feel like you're more motivated, and maybe it is possible actually to achieve that next step, and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing I wanted to just bring to your attention. And then the next one I'm just going to share with you is the bottom image of the hands. That for me signifies reciprocity. So as human beings, we rely on human connection. We rely on relationships and love, but also we rely on reciprocity. So the fact that we do things for people to be kind, to care for them, not to get something back, but the way that the world works is often if we're giving more to the world, we often get it back. So we should be really looking to make a difference to people with no agenda, just because we believe it's the right thing to do. And certainly the people that I've come across that behave in that way, those people that are giving more than they're taking, um, they're successful. They're successful in every other way, and it's not a purposeful thing. They lead a their lives in the way that they just set out to. They want to make a difference, but then they become successful in all other ways. So it comes back around, doesn't it? So more resilient people definitely share this characteristic of connecting with people, giving more than taking. So just go away and think about that really before Monday's webinar. What difference could you go and make now, straight after this? Could you just go and do somebody in your household a favour? Could you just maybe nip round to a neighbour's house and knock on the door, step 2 meters back, and just say hi? Think about what you can do just to go and make a difference, and that will actually build your resilience and therefore your success. So there's two insights for you. We're also going to be looking at things like managing stress, how our self-esteem affects our resilience, how we view the world, and what we can do about what our kind of voices in our heads say, and although we might not admit we've all got them. How we can improve our decision making if we're more resilient. So we're going to cover an awful lot on Monday that I think certainly in this challenging period when we're facing increasing amounts of change, we need to be more resilient. We need to practice it. We need to be as resilient as we can. So I'm really hopeful you'll find it both useful and interesting. So if you've not registered, you can register if your organisation's already subscribed. If your organisation hasn't subscribed already, you can simply find us on Eventbrite. If you search for Rebecca Ray Coaching Consultancy, you'll find this webinar and you can just sign up for a one-off session. That's really easy to do. Any problems, you can contact me on rebecca@rebeccacoachme.com or find me on Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. For now, though, take care, see you soon, and hopefully see you at the webinar on Monday.